Guys, welcome back to another video on Broken Spirit TV, and this time I'm gonna be giving my opinion on my trip to Japan. One of my favorite trips ever, and probably the most organized and beautiful and clean place I've ever been. But to start the very beginning, I was always intrigued by Japan, obviously since I was very young. And I think a lot of people are, they want to go to Japan and see. There's so much culture in Japan that you want to experience something that you grew up either anime or video games or cars, food. There's so much different subcultures in Japan that you want to go and experience at least one of the subcultures. And for me, even the language. I took some Japanese in college as well, and I already knew a lot about Japan before going to Japan, so I was very, very excited to finally be experiencing Japan firsthand. And arrived in Tokyo, and right away, the airport, it's just everything is so organized, clean, and people are so polite that you feel so peaceful. That's the word. You feel so peaceful. At least that's how I felt. That was my experience. Arriving at the airport, and I had a big luggage that I put on the they have like a you can just leave it there, pay for the days you're gonna be traveling. So I was just carrying a backpack, so I don't have to be carrying the luggage around. So that was nice. And then I went straight to Tokyo. I was staying near Shinjuku, so I took a little train, and I walked, and I stayed on an Airbnb, and I wanted to experience a couple of things in different places in Japan. So much to do that you need like a month in Japan, and I only spent about 7 days. So in Tokyo, I went to the Skytree, and that was incredible to see the whole city of Tokyo and how big it is and how intimidating it can be. That was an amazing experience. And then walking on the subway stations and how organized and clean and quiet it is. That's one of the things that kind of shocked me in a way, that there's so many people. There's so many thousands of people walking in and out the subway stations, but you can't hear, the quietness is just a little odd, because you have to get used to it. But I love it. I love it because everybody's walking one way. People are not walking all over the place. It's just people go in line to exit and one line to come in. So it's like a very strict and organized way of living that they have. And the train is always on point, straight, like exactly on the dot, on point. And the buses and the taxis, it feels robotic in a way. And how perfect everything seems like, or it is, Obviously, I went to the Shinjuku area, the big famous spots and everything. I wanted to do so much. At night, I went to this restaurants, this little tiny restaurants that you go in and have sake shots with like little, little food options that they give you. That was incredible. I had a great time doing that. Obviously, Akihabara, I went to Akihabara as well. That was great because everybody talks about it. So I wanted to go to the famous, places. What else? I went to everywhere. Akihabara, Shinjuku, Tokyo, Skytree, everything. I did everything Tokyo that I could do. And then I took the bullet train, which I wanted to do, and I went straight to Kyoto. Actually, no, I stopped in Nagoya to see a friend, and then spent a couple, like 2 days in Nagoya, I think, and it's very quiet, but it's nice. I mean, they had great food as well, and I was gonna stop in Osaka, I didn't, but it's fine. Hopefully next time I can do that. But I had a good time in Nagoya, and then from Nagoya I went to Kyoto. Obviously, you gotta go to Kyoto as well. The old town, the style of the buildings and the houses, and the temples. It's just unbelievable. There's nothing like it. Kyoto is incredible, beautiful place, very spiritual. And I went to like a couple of temples there. I met a friend, not a friend, but I met this tourist student, and a really cool guy from China. And we started just exploring everywhere, walking around, and we walked miles everywhere. So we were eating at different spots and taking pictures and videos of the shrines and everything. So, man, it was an incredible experience in Kyoto. I took a lot of pictures and videos. Obviously, I want to go again to Kyoto and spend more time, and then Osaka as well. And also, look, if you have to plan your trips, you gotta plan this trip to Japan was not like planned, because I was in India, then Thailand, then Bali, and then finally Japan. But if you do go, I really want to go to Hokkaido, the island on the north, Sapporo, eat the ramen over there, and enjoy those beautiful places that they have over there. I want to explore different areas of Japan, including the south, Hiroshima, go to those areas, and visit friends in Japan that I've met throughout the years. It's a beautiful thing when you get to know people from other parts of the world through my trips in the past, or here living in LA and different jobs that I had in the past. I met friends from all over the world that I kept in touch, and then I was able to go and visit and talk and spend some time and go eat and stuff like that. But Japan, I love the food. They have incredible fashion. Everything is so clean. Everybody's respectful and polite. The whole culture in general, I really, really enjoyed. And obviously, I know about it. Could be I know they have a dark side like any other country. No country is perfect, but I'm very aware of those things. But when you go there, it's good to know to study the country before you visit it, so you have a better understanding of where they come from. And this is everywhere you go. You understand? This is just my opinion. When you are planning to visit a country, it's good to grab a book or go online and Google the country and Google their food, their ethics, their backgrounds, and their history a little bit, and their language a little bit, just to understand and get a grasp of the culture, to have an understanding of what you're dealing with. And when it comes to Japan, I felt so comfortable because obviously I have a long history, in the past with Japanese culture. So I understood a lot of the things already, so I felt welcome. I felt very comfortable. And that was that. I mean, my Japanese trip was great. I hope I can go back in the future again and stay for a longer time. I would love to go. One of my dreams is to go to Japan and teach yoga in Japan, like a retreat. On any of the cities, because I know they do a lot of the yoga teacher training retreats. So I would love to visit Japan one day and do one of those. So that's one of my dreams, bucket list to accomplish. So that's my story on Japan, guys. Thank you so much for staying with me again for another video. I hope you enjoy this little story, and I'll see you guys again very soon with another video. Manny Jr. on Broken Spirit TV. Until the next one.